Good thing they get that rolling in today, Lou. That's
Absolutely.
For sure. It is not going to be a very pleasant day out there tomorrow. Well, time to dust off the snow boots if you put them away for the season. Go figure that we'd be talking about this. You know, the big factor in this storm is that we are going to be contending with a very heavy, water-laden snow coming down across the area, and that's going to cause all sorts of problems for us. And if you live across the more heavily impacted area down to the south of the city, I would be prepared for possibly an extended period of power loss. I mean, some areas, it may take several days to get your power back on, and even around the Metro Buffalo area, we could deal with some scattered outages. As we take a look at the streets of Batavia late this Sunday afternoon, a little bit on the damp side, actually, on Ellicott Street. That's the Marche Computer Products webcam along that stretch, and we do have a few light rain showers developing across the region as we speak, showing up on forewarned Doppler right now. We're looking at a little bit of this light rain developing mainly from the metro and areas to the south. As we take a little zip into the suburbs here, you can see a little bit of this actually impacting just to the east of Alden, down through east of rural Wales. Looks like Orchard Park, you're catching some of that rain, and maybe even down through Hamburg. Northern suburbs a little bit on the drier side. Amherst, the Tonawanda up toward Grand Island, and Clarence off to the northeast, but that's going to be changing during the night. It's not going to stay that way. As we broaden out the view, this is the monster that's heading our way. This is going to turn into an explosive storm development along the middle Atlantic coastline and then back up toward western New York and the eastern lakes region. That's why we're going to be dealing with this stuff around here. Typically, we wouldn't be concerned about snow this time of year, but because of the intensity of the storm, it's actually going to result in cooling of the atmosphere underneath the storm, especially in the northwest side of it. And that's why we're going to be dealing with that heavy, wet snow across our area as we get into the next 36 hours here tonight and tomorrow. The storm making pretty steady progress along the coast. And you know, with the explosive development of the storm, I wouldn't even be surprised if we deal with a little bit of what we call thunder snow, maybe along the Pennsylvania line early tomorrow morning. Let's take a look now at the situation as we get into the next 36 hours. Temperature-wise, moderate temperatures out there right now, but these readings are going to be heading down, and that's when the snow is going to start to stick. The precipitation arriving overnight. As you can see, here's the clock by late tomorrow afternoon, and temperatures are going to be definitely on the cool side, cool enough for precipitation to come down in the form of snow across all the area, though some rain may still be mixing in at least during the morning hours, particularly across the lower terrain of the Niagara Frontier. Checking out the microcast. Here's the leading edge of the precip coming up to about 1 o'clock in the morning, advancing close to the Metro Buffalo area, starting out in the form of rain. That's that green going over to blue. That's snow. And you can see by morning we're dealing with snow across much of the area except northern areas here. A little bit more rain mixing in near the Lake Ontario shoreline. Mainly wet snow coming down across the area tomorrow afternoon, except maybe near Lake Ontario. And that will continue into tomorrow night. Heaviest of the precipitation tomorrow morning, late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Then it becomes lighter intensity getting into tomorrow night and especially into Tuesday, but still continues. Here's the snowfall projections from our Vivicast model, and you can see the snow starting to stick already by tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. we're looking at a couple inches to several inches in the higher terrain to the south, and by late in the day about 5 to 10 inches, especially across the hills to the south and the southern tier. Amounts approach a foot by the time it winds down, even more in some locations. Right now, temperatures in the neighborhoods, generally low 40s in the north towns, dropping down to the south here. Hamburg, you're at 43 degrees. And here's the temperatures elsewhere. 36 at Jamestown, the Falls at 44. Wind starting to pick up across the area already. Here's your forecast for tonight. Rain mix changing over to snow overnight. Strong wind gusts develop by morning. Accumulations in the hills by morning, 32 to 36. For Sunday, we're going to be looking for tomorrow, I should say, on Monday. Wet snow, heavy at times, very windy with power outages likely. 32 in the hills to about 38 up to the north near the lake shores. Look for 1 to 2 inches northern areas, north of the city, 3 to 5 in the metro. And down the south of the city, we're looking at accumulations across this area with about 5 to 10 inches by later in the day. Tomorrow night, wet snow continues, maybe another 2 to 4 inches, 29 to 34. Extended forecast, things start to straighten up later in the week, finally closer to 50 degrees and some sunshine. And a lot of folks are going to be focusing on that, Lou.